I guess on the Japan, now what you be, I know, Asian idea, and your brain, your brain, upon any senior ever far, I never come here to be manager. Yeah,
sorry, so. When a tear for Michamuina, Michia for Nane or more Moshe. In fact, your road no so the nyama bebre na cost road no so but say na me dey bia make no say me no apart from whatever is happening on the road no need bia AC bia no I'm still with the fact that young drivers no you be sure you hu so and you know I always advocate for defensive driving and you know nyama bi nkoyie we no nche say e wo say yen so ignore nyama bi na nyama bi to apart from bibia e koso yen kwa ho hia nti no kwan e be fa so aye so ye be boy ho ban ama yen kwa no aye intact ama ye no eno na de bia no me advocate o drive wo chrome ana say o drive wo bebia o hwa human population e do so a nyama bi wo ho e was say wo hwe e was say very very critical because o road ne so as a driver nyama bi bre wo ho no mu a wo hwa enkoyi especially wo yen drivers ne side they be I am a drivers na sem nyese minim nia e koso say nyese minim nia kopa but me so me nhwe say nia e ko ne nye nti no so be yiwe nia ye nia ade bone a betimi
plus bone
na afia ko say kura nti no me attention more no our drivers no so having the mentality say ye no ye ho hia nti we say ye de be bia to help ourselves on the road nti no ene no you mention your mom, you know me and Sambi. Time na kodada. Na ya bomodin say be ma ya adwen akosa ne manusu ye pa na etimi aboaye.
Inti ya daru krom yenye dey. Nyama be na wo say ye hye ne so.
Inti no before I be see lanes ne so no and our street ne so no. I was say who say nyama bebre wo ho no mu a wa check e wo car no. Inti start free a day routine check no. Eno no start wo fie and be bia wo be park car no. Or now start very very important. Oh yeah, we say daily routine check ni na we are. Afi wa ba be hwe kwan a we fa so be drive wo town ni mu and as a city ni mu amanaboa. Now the first thing mostly adwen enkoso your lighting system no. Especially your traffic indicator no your friend trafficator no obi wo ho no kra ni ni de ni nya adwuma ba
so bob na we ahye
na adwen kra ma so. Oh, especially yen nuanum trotro drivers no bebre na
abo ebi wa
adwuma say adwuma mpo a bebre na kra no omo ni usage no they are not really trying for us into omo nhye so before I be our park wa loadi ana say we sinipa as na we join no e wo say wo hwe o mirror na wa signal ansa na we move. Oh, but bebre na move car no kan say na obehwe mirror no say hot saying. O hwe mirror no so say hot saying no hu say wo ho no ma na we ni nsa say bra. Meanwhile we move we remu dada.
Ah, won't remember.
Oh.
No here say make be car way.
So, into your lighting system na wo car no ho na wo say hwe pa. Especially the traffic indicator light because traffic indicator they be American say the lighting systems around the motor vehicle no is used for communication. You did nkomo.
Okay.
Intini say enye adwuma o car no ho a ema driving now we na be dangerous. Because say who slow down crampo a your brake lights be o wechi a extra drivers na wo wechi ni say akwa na o menim no eden.
Okay so
o slow down. Inti say driver na o wechi no onye so intelligent na onye fast to see say gab na da oni ni ntem no close up I just say who slow down obey them. But your trotro drivers be brave, taxi drivers be brave, even your private cars na be mo. Be brave now no omu brake light in adwuma.
So
nti tia brake ahun say we tia brake. Che say wo na wo echi no wo ye wo hwe ni ye na wo say anaso wo say oh me gab no close ansa na wetimi ready aka say o slow down but say pan say or communicate to you now wo echi ni say o slow down e de unya. Oh, Sanyama Winina, ye the share car no se ebema driving na safe. Na ma o defensive driving mindset no so I sharp. Na boa ma driving so I easy. So in say utia brake, na say the always chini nim say utia brake. I ma driving na nipa no always chini ma driving here difficult man no. So law no so chere say obo obi to a your fault. what must here sana law nature nti say ukoko se side no be ball to a ye do court of law na ono an ye de be ball no nti yembo an ye ma driving nya easy ma ye nyina so a lighting system no or see etimi hwe
okay
pa traffic indicator like that's traffic gator no now one thing I do on my traffic gator no obo ba hye ana ba ko nya adwuma krampo how's the speed no because one side no a receive voltage ni nyina because everyone say e be 100% voltage na 100 no on the right side no the way nim no be 50 the way chain so 50 right into match 50-50 but se ba ku wu a afi de one bulb ne nko abefa 100 ni nyina into ma speed na e wo blinking na e wo car ni mu no e fast into e no kra no te car no otimi hu se o bulb ba kwa eden ahye but obi wo on mo kra obi hu ba on pay attention obi so wo on mo a onim se sa de no kra e kire se na yes bulb no ba kwa eden ahye ana se traffic indicator either we nim there and now we chi there no enye adwuma no so yem pay attention to sa ade no pa ye start say your drive your attention where your engine so too much I was say car there no any engine sa no mo kan me can be so car there no any engine car there no but your other things are Emma driving no air safe which the lighting system of the motor vehicle no one of the most important things Emma driving no then very easy so that is one of the things you can was now the second thing me person can was maybe the last thing you can was the distance the gap yenuanum trotro driver for mesremo
highway na omoye
motare car to dodo
onim
de wonani motare car to dodo. Okay, let us respect the following distances. Well, airline road traffic act say at least in a slow moving traffic you should leave about 12 meters gap between your car and the lead car. In a slow moving traffic, nature say cars need go very slower. Gap was said that no, I was say a do 12 meters. Now, on the braking chart, about driving school, say you try the braking chart. Ghana Highway Code book anymore. Now, on the braking chart, a tray say speed around 32 kilometers per hour. Now, opese ujina okana at once, it take about 12 meters and sana can which is the speed of 32 kilometers per hour. Now, before being at 12 meters, no, she say, driver no, you're very alert. Very alert. Just a road now so no and so for ye road no so ye dry and road no so ye kama papa. Just a ties na egu car na se no emiti standard. And sana wait menya sa 12 meters way.
Wow.
Now your road that you use no one ye dim say nya papa. That is one. Two, ties are ye to akrap ni na ye home use ties. A few people need to meet up brand new.
Especially commercial cars need you.
It's no.
If you grab or more need to know.
And no crowd, Yababa can answer what I say. It's no Sanyama Minu already no, it's not correct. Until be our alertness, no, maybe I can say, okay, we are alert. But these two things, no, and you're correct. Into no, I was saying, definitely, no, you may not get that 12 meters. What am I saying? Into no. It is assumed say 32 kilometers per hour or thinking distance 6 meters which is 6 seconds and at the stopping distance of the car no and also 6 seconds that is 32 kilometers per hour BBAC I will tear brake at once no or stopping distance no 6 seconds or thinking distance so 6 seconds 6 no plus 6 near 12 and until I am as a gab no until say slow moving traffic more try say at least no ube hun the back tires of the lead car. Car no we him no try say driver no ube me hun the back tires no. But we don't pay attention to that. You get it too close to cars. Which is very bad. That no made the video bit to social media. Who share US traffic ache. Who share gaps said that muntema. Now share yen I say there gaps said that in tema. Very poor. No, the gaps that we leave in front of us, no, that gaps, no, a gap, a safety gap. it's our safety. Sa gab near gab I use for our safety. Sebio, se bibi simple, and as I can't we nim no ne car nijina. Now if you be problem be na ne car nijina. Who was space? I'll bet media year found.
Okay.
So, but tare no tuna se ne car nijina. Who need space be? I just waba wechi. Na answer na beba wechi so no. Just omo wechi ni nyina be sinko. Answer na wo nya kwan den aba wechi aba be sin. So we should pay attention to the gaps that we leave. Now, car no so echo speed no. Now also who increase gap no. Because the momentum of the car will not allow the car to stop at once when there is an emergency. It will also be a tear brake, but chew. Time I would say first chew no. Time na driver need tear brake no. But because of momentum force, neko and a skidding into there sharp braking and the skidding. The sharp braking no, and the skidding bar. Skidding, say car. A slip it like human being slips, a car skips. Into no, such sharp braking, there the skidding beba. Into gab ne da muntem no, say enye enough obekwa kopem car na o wenim no. What I say, and as a nipa po na trema, gab ne de munu nye enough obekwa kopem. So as the speed is increasing, then you are also increasing your total stopping distance.
Okay.
Very important. So we shouldn't be getting or going too close to cars as drivers. And especially even though other people know other drivers here, but especially trotro drivers I don't know why it happens all the time, mostly yes, because of me field you know. I thought I'm not front of me bro. Na me say mintia break. Me say mintia break. Tu say my yire me ho.
This piece oni oni say gaba aka na oni we wato no still no ko. On reduce speed no.
Debbie.
Speed still.
No, obeko ko jina wo ne chi pepe. You see, we don't have to always rely solely on our brakes.
It happens time we also move na ba ko ni move ya. On to me go jina oba be.
You trust your brakes not too much. And a machine you use no. Brake bet me afeli. What you say? Inti de bia no eya me child ya me can say traffic no we nim and who can no distance na. Try say we test you brake no from far. Oh, to be test brake ni kakra and so we go do be a traffic light now so red. But to go on more or the speed power no akaka crave your bedu kan echi no we tear brake no so tear so na akojina or trust you on the brake ni too much. I'm not saying say don't trust in your brake, but if it becomes too much, it becomes dangerous. Because so trusting in the brake too much, that's a bend car, no, bend whatever it is, now with your brake now and you don't have space anymore to work on that hazard. So you're interested and you get too close to cars, no. Mami ma a typical example. One day, Abulekuma Road so I was showing muna ye kan wase bian. Na my speed was around 50 kilometers per hour.
Okay.
Na me kono meti chuo menim na chuo na meti eno na I say about 2 cars are ewo menim ti na cars mi ewo car ba ko menim na ba ko so aboso kan ma chobi so aka na ewo menim na enim nti me say sa aboso kan ma chono no ti a break.
Okay.
Ti meti chuo no because of gab na me meja nti no meti chuo pe na me hwe me mirror no me hwe me right mirror na say hoda ho and na me say Sam lane boko Damiti and chew bang cast me son. So just because of the gap they were not able to live in front of, but me no, because I had that gap I was able to escape. So in a share right mirror no crown or nya and can still more gap meeting me. So that is a typical example. You know, sometimes you know, would you be a chair? Man for say be okay until no. That is why you have to anticipate. Nti wo koni na obi san what if
obi betumi across no obi betumi
what if na kwano di menim type aye akwano di menim no gina at once speed am create na gab ya meje metumi affect sa issue na bibi say see you need to be asking yourself questions as you keep going ask ka na koni na obi san ho na bibi see me speed way me gab way na o ye ho adwuma kakra to so the be journey no. So the gap that we leave between our cars and the lead cars, no, we have to be checking them. Oh, your friend, safe distance, safe gap, and a following distance. And a crash avoidance distance. We dear mano. In the gap keke, and yes, I may cancel gap keke, but crash avoidance distance, safe gaps, safe distance. Into the gap you are leaving in front of you is a safe gap uja ediama wankasa wo, which is very important. So a driver for we should be very particular about these gaps that we are talking about. Okay. Drivers are muti no. You can side with me. Muni na mo betimi aside with what I'm saying. If the Americano Mofo said you can call in and Mofo said no crenswa, you can still call in and tell us your point of view. Okay. Then the last thing I'll talk about is your drivers now omuhu slope. And I say omu descend paper. Omu de chef free no. You see, offer public transport bebrea. Omu tires hard no. It is dangerous. Maybe if they don't know. Fuel a hinkwan will be saved for that short period.
Now maybe see that break now.
You see, they don't see the danger aspect of it. And I mean, me who say be so a nim near it me causing. What I say? Obu on my catch and say oh, sunny people. I say people they are so fast so I'm free. Oh, but that action, your friend coasting. Coasting is wrong. Okay. Coasting is changing neutral when you are descending a hill. Okay. And now I say staying too long on the clutch pedal when you are descending a hill. How you use manual transmission is wrong. Coasting is wrong. The only time we are allowed to change neutral, I say one, say traffic ni movie maybe I saw red. Now we change. The best neutral because the share driver vibration now a car no high and the effort I put in moving the car high. But the entire person car never come because I saw red. Into no the share driver still a high. Into no the best neutral. So be a engine so bad resting. Just because of that. Apart from that, maybe a traffic at now they are changing neutral. Now we'll change. These are some of the times I'll be changing neutral. But yes, now we'll sunny people. Now, maybe our people no one also very, very important. People be on more a bit me take car on 200 kilometers per hour. Some people no eda baby a nipa dos wa. Pese car ne because 200 meters per hour no. Into no Uber try so be brake no so more. And a brake parts no so ebe share. A losing effectiveness. And the way I was saying, into no say Uber allow car no engine no air braking no very important. Into your 3 types of braking system in the car. We have the foot brake idea 9. We have the park brake idea and idea 9 left on here. And your engine brake and also what you say. Until you allow the engine to be doing the braking. By either leaving it on the drive, and I say you select any of the lower drives.
The lower drives na be need.
Lower drives na drive. Yes, na what drive na se no. With the manual transmission, who sane paper, sesa neutral. Who sesa a lower gear. Because gears and I say gearbox respecting the gears how best sesa. Into sesa gear 2 and a second gear, take the car from 20 km per hour to 30 km per hour. Into the engine or the gearbox respects that 30 km per hour. Into the slope no crowd will be 100 km per hour. Engine be catch us say gear na wasesa no or say me nko 20 to 30. Wakwa bro so 35. Into ya man mbroso. Into no engine no eboama speed no so te. Now the brake no so I there aka ho kakra. But as neutral ekosa into no brake no so na ogina na ma brake pad na ehye. Eyeshia ebetimi elusu ni effectiveness.
Yeah, that's senior gestion in Japan. Or no, and our training canon. Senior Japan, so be sure what you can ya obe hu ewo he.
Me wadan so man anase man
probi another someone for number to be na yempo.
0548 90 6060 anytime 0548 90 6060.
Until friend Amanoa.
When it comes to defensive driving, teaching people how to drive is one of my topmost things. I mean, I don't only do the practical session, me theory session. My top 10 I teaching people how to do defensive driving, and I do both theory and practical. And me vehicle insurance and also make me on my way. If you want a valid license also, I can also help you to have or get a valid driver's license. So these are some of the things that I do, all the things that I do.
Okay. Yeah, that's it. Inte ebusiafo yenya senior gestion e Japan ono ena otene nka no yeah, that's it. Every senior yankopon ya domo a e be se hia
Next week.
yeah.
Yes.